스케이팅의 퀸, 피겨스케이팅의 전설이라고 불리는 세계적인 선수가 있죠. 바로 미셸 콴입니다. 누구도 따라올 수 없는 여러 가지 세계 기록을 갖고 있을 뿐만 아니라요. 선수 생활 이후에 보여준 사회생활 덕분에 많은 사람들의 사랑을 지난 20여 년 동안 끊임없이 받고 있는 선수이기도 합니다. 미셸 콴이 한국에 왔는데요. 저희 피플 인사이드에 초대했습니다. 함께 만나보시죠. 사람으로 만나는 세상, 백지연의 피플 인사이드입니다.
미국 피겨 역사상 가장 많은 우승을 기록한 전무후무한 선수. 피겨 스케이팅을 예술로 승화시킨 장본인, 피겨의 왕 미셸 콴. 최고의 선수에서 은퇴 후 활발한 사회활동으로 미셸 콴의 가치는 더욱 빛을 발하고 있다. 김연아 선수의 롤모델로도 잘 알려진 그녀.
I'm having a great time. I'm getting my hair done and also getting beautified with makeup.
미셸 콴이 피플 인사이드를 찾았다.
It was really eat, sleep, and dream figure skating. First love is skating. At the time, it was difficult. And I have to be honest, it was very difficult.
열정으로 가득했던 피겨 인생은 물론 김연아 선수와의 특별한 만남까지.
I just remember, I don't think she even said anything to me, which I'm glad I didn't have to compete against Yuna. So.
피겨 전설 미셸 콴의 담백하고 진솔한 이야기. 지금 만나보자.
위험하게 왜 안 닦이지? 하나도 안 보이는데? 레이노케이 도와줘!
4개의 관절 구조로 밀착력이 강한 레이노케이 하이브리드.
우와! 잘 닦이네!
와이퍼의 혁신 레이노케이 하이브리드.
아, 왔어? 줘봐. 실망이야. 저 끝난 거죠?
남자는 힘! 자, 먹고 힘내!
사랑을 먹고 자랍니다. 콤프라이트.
언니, 좋아 보인다. 뭐야? 아이디어. 생활이 더 건강해지는 아이디어. 쇼핑도 건강한 아이디어로 콕! LS 홈쇼핑. 이제 홈쇼핑도 아이디어.
카시아스 투싼 IX 그들의 공통점 넘버원. Drive the one. Tucson.
It is a great pleasure to meet you, Michelle.
Nice to meet you too.
Yeah, thank you for your time. And you have visited Korea several times, and why are you visiting this time?
I've been to Korea now 4 times.
4 times.
4 times. 2 times I was here skating with Yuna Kim
Yes.
in her skating show All That Skate.
Yes.
1 time I was here as a public diplomacy envoy. I was appointed by Secretary of State, so I
Yes.
traveled here to Korea
I
before
see.
the Olympics.
I see. So what is your purpose this time?
This time I'm in Korea as a member of the Board of Directors,
Yes.
Special Olympics,
Yes.
and also on the Games Committee. And what we're here for this trip is to get the Korean people excited about the Special Olympics
In Pyeongchang.
In Pyeongchang,
Yes.
yes, exactly.
Yeah.
In 2013, I think it's 222 days left until the opening ceremonies.
So what are you preparing for that?
Well, in preparation, I've had several meetings throughout my stay here, and the Games Organizing Committee is in charge of making sure that these will be the best Winter World Games
Yes,
ever.
yes.
And they're very thorough in terms of what the athletes will be experiencing the few days that they are here in Pyeongchang.
Yes, many people know about Special Olympic, but could you please explain us about Special Olympic for those people who are not really familiar with it?
Well, the Special Olympics is something that's near and dear to my heart.
Yeah.
I've been asked over many years
Yes.
in my skating career to lend my name to different organizations, many great causes. But the one that has changed the way I see the world is the Special Olympics. It's about acceptance, promoting acceptance and inclusion with people with intellectual disabilities.
Oh, yes, yes. I remember that you once conduct skating clinic to athletes with disability in, was it 2010?
Yes, I was in Korea,
Yes.
and we did a skating clinic with people with intellectual disabilities. We call them
Yes.
Special Olympic athletes. They're extraordinary. The discipline, the dedication, the training is very, very admirable. But you start to appreciate Special Olympics when you understand the challenges many of our athletes face and have overcome to play and to participate in sports. To me, I have to say that they've changed the way I see the world.
Yes. So we have to get rid of any prejudice. All
Get rid
prejudice.
of all prejudice.
All prejudice.
And the athletes have overcome prejudice,
Yeah.
poverty, physical handicaps, intellectual disabilities, but they teach us so much. And
Yes,
sports is a great platform to teach you so much. For me, I know that I've learned so much about hard work, dedication, teamwork, falling, getting back up through sports. And I guarantee that these are the skills that you will also take with you outside of sports. And that's what's so great about sports for everybody, is that it teaches everybody that's involved.
Yes.
For the Special Olympic athletes, I will guarantee that they will learn these skills and
Yes,
apply it
yes,
outside
yes,
of their sport.
So from now on, let's talk about you, Michelle. So many questions I have to give you. Why young Michelle likes skating for the first time?
Well, young Michelle,
Yes.
I started skating when I was 5 years old.
Oh, only 5 years old.
And I think it was one of those things that where you're watching skaters on the ice and they're having so much fun, and they get to wear pretty costumes. Of course, being a
That
little
attract
girl,
you.
yes, and makeup and,
Yes.
and music, and it was something that I enjoyed, and the beauty of it, but
see.
also the athleticism of. I'm also a tomboy. So I
Okay.
like to run fast, I like to jump high. So skating was the perfect balance for me. And that's
I
what attracted me
Yeah.
at the very beginning.
Yes.
And that's where I was what you say in English, hooked.
I see. You were hooked.
I was
Yes,
hooked.
Yes. I heard that you practiced for hours upon hours from 3 a.m. every day. I cannot believe it.
That's
From
correct.
3 a.m. every day.
3 a.m. One of the reasons why it was so early, because I wanted to make sure I get some practice before school.
I know.
And then after school,
Yes.
at 3 p.m., we would have skating at 5 o'clock, 6
God,
o'clock,
my
and then
God.
dinner, and then go sleep.
My
Dreaming
God.
about skating. So it was really eat, sleep, and dream figure skating.
Wow. So you practiced almost 4 and 5 hours every day?
4 to 5 hours every day.
Did you practice that much because you just loved it, or were there any other reason?
I loved it, and I still love skating. And I think when I speak to young kids all around the world as a public diplomacy envoy, they ask me, what does it take to win? I said, you have to take that equation out. First, you have to find what you love doing. And to me, skating was something that was pure love from the very beginning. And it has been. And now, as I hang up my skates and I do other things outside of the skating rink, it's finding that passion, that love that I have for the sport somewhere else outside the rink. And it's very difficult because this is my first love in skating. And now finding something that I love as much as figure skating is
Can you
hard.
find?
But I think I have, and that's international relations
I see.
and foreign policy.
Oh, I see. First love is skating,
First love is skating.
and second one is international relations.
Yes.
Good. You have amazing total record of 43 championships. Do I miss anything? 43, right? So World Championship, US National Championship, and also Olympic medals. What drives you to achieve such an outcome?
That's very difficult to answer because just to say I am training to go to the Olympics every 4 years, it doesn't justify the 4 years. You have to enjoy the journey. And to me, I felt that every day I was training for something, but every day I wanted to improve. Every day I wanted to get better. And so I think that was one of the things, is that I saw small improvements daily.
Yes.
And also enjoying and loving the sport. What reminded me of the sport and why I started in the very beginning really helped throughout my career. I would watch little kids about 5 years old, and that's the age I started skating.
Yes.
Lace up the skates, you know, waiting by the boards, waiting for the second the door opens so they can get onto the ice, and that excitement. And I attack every day kind of with that same mindset.
Yes.
Well, I hope to.
Yes.
And just that opportunity to skate, the opportunity to get out there and to have fun and to enjoy yourself. And that's what it reminds me every day. So the best mentors, the things that inspire you can be right around the corner. Little kids, they inspire me.
Really? So you just try to enjoy what you did.
You have to.
But when there is a difficulty, how did you overcome?
To me, it was difficult at times.
Yes.
When everything is going perfectly,
Yes.
when you're winning, you're skating well, you're doing interviews and having a good time, it's easy. It's easy to be happy. But the most challenging times, when you're not doing so well, or you're confused, or you're in a transition in your life, it's difficult, and you still have you have questions about, what do I want? What's this? You know, where can I go from here? And I think a lot of people who win the first time go through that. They have to defend your title. You have to protect where you are.
Yes.
And instead of the attitude of like, wow, this is another chance for me to show my best in terms of skating, and to challenge yourself. And it's always about that. It's always about challenging yourself. And so I would say, like, if anyone is having a difficult moment, kind of think through things. Whether it's not doing so well on an exam, look to someone that can help you. Maybe it's your mother. Maybe it's your teacher, maybe it's your coach, maybe it's your counselor, maybe it's your friends, and seek out kind of that advice, because it can help you, because some people have already gone through the same thing that you've gone through. So it really, really helps when they give you a perspective that could guide you to getting out of sort of what we call a rut in life.
Where did you get advice or help when you have difficulties? Was there any mentors or anybody?
I've had incredible mentors in my life. In skating, my role model was Brian Boitano. And over the years in skating, I've had the opportunity to tour with him. So the tour lasted from April through August. So I had 4 months.
Yes.
Very rare, you know, that someone has a role model that they can ask questions. So what I would say is I pick his brain. Say like, how do you feel? What do you eat? What do you? How many hours do you sleep? How many hours do you train? And I tried to copy him. And it wasn't that I wanted to be exactly like him. I wanted to understand how he was successful. And in skating, that really helped. And I'm very happy that I can call him my friend.
Yes.
And in school, I've had many professors and advisors that had helped me along the way, understanding either a certain subject or a certain topic or a certain issue that was perhaps very, very different, because I come from a very athletic background, not an academic background. To go from one world to another was a big transition. But I've had extraordinary professors who have helped me along the way.
You have been under the spotlight from an early age, and you made success from an early age. So what did the success affect or impact your life?
At 13, I was sort of thrown into the spotlight because in the U.S. we had some controversy
Yes.
between skaters, and when Nancy Kerrigan was hit in the knee for the qualifying at the Nationals to make it to the Olympics in 1994, it was one of those things that it put figure skating. It was on every newspaper cover. It was in every magazine. It was so. At 13 years old, there were a lot of journalists asking me questions.
What kind of question?
Oh, everything. But when you're 13, you don't know how to handle it.
Oh, yes, yes.
But I have extraordinary parents that have sheltered me, protected me, and I have siblings. I have a brother and a sister.
Yes.
That have kept it real at home. So even if there was interviews, or I would be in talk show hosts in very, very, on TV, or on The Simpsons, or on the red carpet, those are fun, but I'm still me.
I see. So you haven't changed any?
No, because fame it comes and it goes. And it's important. Celebrity, people always want to crave fame.
Yeah.
But it's fun. You do things that many people don't get the opportunity to do, and meet people that you don't normally get a chance to meet.
Yes.
But you have to be yourself. You have to know who you are.
So the fame didn't hurt your happiness at all?
No, I approached it more like, this is fun.
I mean personal happiness.
Yeah.
Yes.
No. People always ask, when people ask for your autograph or take pictures, like, does that bother you? And I had to say no, because...
It doesn't bother you?
Yeah, I mean, even when at 21, during the Olympics at Salt Lake City, it was... Everybody was so focused at the Olympics, on the Olympics.
Yeah, I know.
And I would walk down the street, and people would be honking their horn, or people would be like, Michelle, and I found it so energizing. People that come up to you to ask for your autograph or to take pictures with you, it's really an honor. And when people say, oh, I feel like I've gotten a chance to know you, because I started interviews when I was 13 years old.
Yes.
And now I'm 32. So I had to, I guess, grow up in front of the camera.
Yes.
But I've always been, like, honest. Reporters ask me questions, I will give my honest opinion, an honest answer.
Yes. You just mentioned about Salt Lake City Olympic. It was 2002.
Yes.
So at both 1998 and 2002 Olympic, you unfortunately missed gold medal.
Yes.
So I think it must be hard on you at that time.
At the time, it was difficult. And I have to be honest, it was very difficult. In 1998, I was 17 years old.
Too young.
Not too young. I was so trained. I was so prepared for the...
Oh, yes, I know. You're prepared for the Olympic game, but when I say too young, it's too young to get over any heartbreak.
No, to me, that was the biggest lesson I learned.
Yes.
And it made me realize it wasn't all about the gold medal. I remember getting off the ice, and I had performed flawless. I didn't fall. I didn't make any mistakes. I got off the ice, and I thought, perhaps I won. That was what was going through my mind. And when I received the marks, and then when other skaters finished, and when the competition was over, but I ate very well, I slept, I trained, I listened to my coach, I did everything right. How come I didn't win? And this is a lesson that was hard to learn because it was right in the spotlight when millions of people are watching the Olympics.
Yes.
But to know that life doesn't go your way all the time. And it made me appreciate figure skating much more. Because then I said, okay, well, I'm going to continue skating. Because a lot of people thought that perhaps I would quit skating after that, if I had won. Or just finish because there was nothing else. I won Worlds, won Nationals. But to me, it made me realize why I love skating so much. It put everything in perspective.
What does gold medal mean to athletes? What do you think?
People have such emphasis on the gold.
Only gold.
Yeah, and I think it's one of those things in society you strive to be the best, whatever it is. You want to, what people would think is like climbing, so then you are the boss. So in athletes' perspective, gold is the best. And people have to realize that if you do your own best, it's good enough. So when people say, wow, you missed the gold medal, or your silver or your bronze, but look how far I've come.
True.
Some people
Right.
qualify to the Olympics, and that is their gold medal. So I guess it all depends on your own perspective. So any athlete who makes it to the Olympics that's their accomplishment. So you have to establish and figure out what is it that is your gold medal.
So now, what is your gold medal?
I see life as a book, and I keep on turning the page.
Yes.
And figure skating is only one chapter of my life, my first love.
Oh yes.
To
only one
me,
chapter, yes.
to me, it's been so interesting. The last 6 years since I stopped competing, I went back to school.
Yes.
And I studied.
Yes.
And it was a huge transition to go from training every day to studying every day.
Yes, yes.
And then I went to grad school. And at the same time, I was traveling as a public diplomacy envoy, which gave me an opportunity to travel to other countries.
Yes.
Traveled to Korea, I traveled to Singapore, Russia, Ukraine, Argentina. It was an opportunity for me to learn more about different cultures,
Yes.
to talk to people.
Yes.
When I was skating, it was so focused about performing that
Yes.
I never had a chance to look outside.
Yes. There is
the ice
another
rink.
world.
Yeah, there is another
Yes.
world. And that's what school provided me. It was an area, a classroom, where professors can guide you. And that I slowly became to realize my next chapter. And that could be doing stuff with the Special Olympics, an organization that I cherish, people that I have met over the years involved in the Special Olympics, the athletes,
Yes.
and giving back. And that's important for me, is to be able to give back. It might be with the President's Council on Fitness, Sports, and Nutrition.
Yes.
And it works closely with the First Lady, Michelle Obama,
Yes.
to fight childhood obesity. Because I have a sense of responsibility being an athlete and encouraging kids, to get off the couch, to exercise,
Yes.
to play sports, to get out in the park, to exercise, to eat healthy. Because that's what athletes do. So it's easy transition for me to be able to encourage kids to do that.
I see. When you decided to go back to school, you choose to study international relation and political science. Was there any special reason?
It was a gradual transition from, okay, I have to finish school, to, I major in political science, minor in international relations, and then I liked international relations more, so I changed it. So
Just want to study international relation,
Yeah.
or are you interested in politics?
Well, to me, it was about the when people would ask, like, why diplomacy and then figure skating? Well,
yes.
It looks so.
What's the relation?
Yeah, where is the relation? How is that, similar? But I have to say, maybe skating was what opened my eyes to diplomacy, because when you're representing the United States, going to the Olympics, you're actually representing your country. It's about finding common ground and respecting others. And diplomacy is an area where I traveled as a public diplomacy envoy, so I should probably study and learn more. And that's where foreign policy, and that's where my interests lie in terms of either U.S.-China U.S.-China relations. I'm a committee of 100 member, which is Chinese Americans, influential Chinese Americans, and finding common ground and respecting others is our mission, and building U.S.-China relations.
Yes.
And also my position as an advisor for U.S.-China Women Lead.
So many things.
I wear different hats.
Always be a part of me, and the wonder of it all lives in the heart we share. Steps of greatness in the small. Everything holds the wonder of it all.
So, you are known in Korea as a role model of Kim Yeona. What do you think of Yeona Kim as a skater?
I think it was in 2000 when I met Yuna.
And it was in the ladies' room?
it was in the bathroom. I just remember, and then I don't think she even said anything to me. It was in the bathroom. And I told Yuna, I haven't skated in a long time. I skated with Yuna, which was so nice because here we are from different generations, which I'm glad I didn't have to compete against Yuna. So her skating is very expressive.
찌질하던 김대리는 썰리고 되면 신입사원 형님 동생 같은 마음 박 팀장님 미소 천사 사과장의 성공 비결 알고 보니 놀부 부대찌개
마음까지 채운다. 놀부.
현대캐피탈에선 대출도 이만큼 다이렉트하게. 와우! 현대캐피탈 다이렉트로 1588-5330.
바람의 힘을 나누지 마라.
에어컨.
바람의 힘을 집중하는 하이패스 냉방으로 더 빠르게, 멀리, 더 넓게.
상쾌해 시원하게. 삼성 스마트 에어컨 큐.
크루즈 효과 1.
크루즈를 길에서 만났을 때 무의식적으로 한 번 더 돌아보게 만드는 현상. 예쁜 여자를 볼 때도 마찬가지임.
Style, performance, the perfect cruise.
So, you are known in Korea as a role model of Kim Yeona. What do you think of Yeona Kim as a skater?
I think it was in 2000 when I met Yuna.
And it was in the ladies' room?
it was in the bathroom. I just remember, and then I don't think she even said anything to me.
She said she was thrilled.
But even the second time I met her in Los Angeles at the World Championships, she didn't say anything. I said, "Hi, Yuna, it's nice to meet you."
Really? She was so nervous.
So nervous.
Yes.
But over the years, I have gotten the chance to get to Yuna, get to know Yuna.
Yes.
And her skating is very expressive. She really captures the audience attention. I feel that she tells the story when she skates to music, like Scheherazade, for example. I feel that she's very, very confident on the ice.
Yes.
And so for a woman to see that presence, I think she has everyone watching her just in admiration. Her difficulty in jumps, to do triple Lutz, triple toe, to see her triple flip, triple toe, is very, very difficult. So she's been able to have that balance of beauty and athleticism.
So was it Yuna Kim who led your first visit to Korea?
It was Yuna that led me to Korea.
Yes.
And it was a long time before my first trip to here, to Korea, that I did not skate. So when Yuna said, "Come, you should come skate in Korea."
For her ice show?
For her ice show, I thought about it, and I said, I already took some time off, maybe 2-3 years,
Yes,
3 years at the time.
Yes.
And I said, well, I'm studying right now, but I do have 3-4 months to prepare. So I got back on the ice, and
You did?
and then I started to, you know, get all my jumps back, and which was not too difficult, but it was fun because it was a very nice challenge.
You enjoyed.
And to choreograph new programs with my sister, who helped me choreograph programs for the show here, and also to participate in such a high quality show with Yuna. It was a fun experience, also because the Korean fans are so loud, and so it makes you happy to perform and to be skating.
Yeah, and it creates sensation that you came back. Yes, and you made on ice appearance again. You were happy to look.
Well, since 2005, really, I have 2005. I did not perform for a few years, and to come back to skate in 3 shows, all in which Yuna and I skate together. So if she asked me to come out and skate, maybe it's like, okay, I'll come back and skate with you because I enjoy it so much. And the last one in Los Angeles,
Hero?
Yes, I skated with Yuna, which was so nice because here we are performing together.
Yes.
And from different generations, and to
still young.
different generations, which I'm glad I didn't have to compete against Yuna. So
you enjoy.
I really
enjoyed it, and you enjoy. So can we expect another duet performance in the near future?
I have nothing planned as of right now, but I hope to be back in 2013.
Yes, for Special Olympics.
For the Special Olympics Winter Games.
And
Yuna, Yuna said that she'll skate in the closing. And I think she looked to me and she's like, and then one reporter asked if I will be skating there too. So it put me on the spot, but I haven't made a decision. I told Yuna, I haven't skated in a long time.
But it must be not difficult for you to come back.
As Yuna could tell you, if you take maybe 1 week off the ice, it's really hard, not to skate, but hard to jump and do the triple jumps. They don't come easily.
Choreograph.
Yes, I could skate no problem. I can actually skate better than I can walk in heels.
So, Yuna Kim's coach is your brother-in-law. So did you introduce him to Yuna?
No, I didn't make that introduction with Peter Obergaard and Yuna. I think when Yuna was looking for a coach, first she liked the facility. She liked living in Los Angeles.
Yes.
She liked, hopefully, my family. So and of course, Peter being my brother-in-law, Peter being a tremendous coach, choreographer.
Yes.
He used to be an athlete, so he has a perspective that many coaches don't have.
I see.
At a high level, elite level.
Yes.
So I think it was one of those things that it happened, and it
just happened?
It just happened. Things kind of work in mysterious ways, as they would say. But their relationship seems to be more like friends, because Yuna is now an adult.
Yes,
and she understands what she wants to see as a performance. She knows how to work hard. And I also think Peter understands sort of the situation and understanding her perspective and listening to what she she needs in return.
Yes.
I think it's hard to be a coach because you have to be there and you have to be so dedicated, but you have to understand from the athlete's perspective.
Yes.
And that's what Peter understands, because he, being an athlete himself and being at an Olympic level, Olympic medalist,
Yes.
he can understand Yuna's position.
I see. When Yeona Kim parted away with Brian, our former coach, she had difficult time. So at the time, were you with her?
I was not with Yuna.
I see.
But I can understand the difficult decision that she had to go through. I myself had the similar situation after working with a coach for 10 years.
Yes.
Frank Carroll. He and I parted ways at a very, very...
Right before Olympic.
Yeah, right before the Olympics. So in that sense, I can relate to Yuna. But it doesn't make it... It's not very easy. But you have such respect for your coach that have given you such incredible advice and has carried you through and helped you so many years. And it is difficult to part ways, but you have to understand your own position and what you want.
Yes.
So I think it's difficult when you have common goal, it's great. But when you don't think the same, it's very difficult. So,
must be difficult.
In any situation, I think it's difficult, because when you have a sort of a breakup, whether it be relationship, whether it's breakup with your coach, your trainer, it's very difficult.
So Yeona Kim is preparing the second act for her skating life. Do you have any advice for her?
For her, she has such a great opportunity to do so many things. She has, of course, the talent to skate and continue performing for many, many years, and longevity in terms of doing shows, because everybody loves watching her. But at the same time, I think what she's been doing currently, for example, she's Special Olympics Goodwill Ambassador. She has, I've seen a picture with her and Ban Ki-moon, Secretary.
Yes,
so
yes.
I think that she understands that she can do more and make more of a difference. And so going back to school I think, is a very important thing in her life.
Yes.
That it will open her eyes to other opportunities, perhaps paths that she'll take in the future.
Yes. What is the most important advice would you like to give to young figure skaters?
Well, the advice for, I guess, specifically for figure skaters, it would be to enjoy skating, to work hard, of course, and also, I think what you have to do is just to enjoy, to have fun, and enjoy meaning approach challenges like a fun thing. Obstacles are fun to overcome, and I think when you look at that perspective, like for example, there were times when I was very, very nervous in skating when I was young, and my dad would say, well, you have two choices, to be really nervous and to do nothing and not move. Or you can say, I'm going to use this nervous energy to even skate better.
Yes.
And I think you can channel that perspective. I think it's all in the mind, the strength of the mind. Where sometimes if you don't do well at school or if you have bad grades, you say, well, I have to learn from this. How do we do better next time? How do I improve this paper? How do I... But I also think follow your heart. And that's the key component of being happy in life is follow your heart.
Everybody has different definition of success.
Yes.
What is your definition of success?
That's a very good question, because I've been trying to figure that out. Like, what is success? People say money, people say fame, people say power, people say... So what is it? To me, I feel very lucky to have extraordinary parents, family member, like my sister, my brother. I feel lucky to have had the chance to skate and to do very well, and also to go to school and to learn. I think success, if I can say, at the end of the day, if I have an open mind, if I am a student of life, and I go and seek adventure, that would be a successful life for me.
And then what is your definition of happiness?
Happiness is being surrounded by my friends and family. I believe, like, even when people say, oh, well, if you win, then you're happy. Or if you are an actress and you do movies, then you're happy. Or if you have a Rolls Royce, then you're happy. No. To me, it's not about medals, physical object, or not being able to buy a fancy car, but just being surrounded by warmth, by family, by having interesting conversations with people, being adventurous and going traveling and meeting so many wonderful people. To me, I don't know how to define it, but that's what I would see as a happy life.
Yes. You look very energetic and self-confident and look very happy. But let me ask you, do you have any regrets?
No regrets.
Yes.
And that's the thing. When I look back at certain skating events, or the Olympics, for example, I look back at '98 or 2002, or there's not a moment that I could have tried harder, or I could have done this more. That's why it's very easy to, it's too bad that I didn't do better, but I tried. I tried my best. And that it's really, at the end of the day, all that matters.
Yes, yes. So you are in the second chapter of your life. So what is your future plan?
My future plans. My parents ask me that all the time. What is your future plans? My parents ask, well,
I shouldn't give you this question.
No, but I ask that myself too, because I hope to get married, hope to have kids, I hope to be a mom. But at the same time, I have other goals. I can see myself in various positions, politics perhaps. But I also continue doing things, giving back in other ways, like the Special Olympics, like the President's Council, like being a public diplomacy envoy, because I have, like I said, a sense of responsibility, because I feel very, very fortunate in my skating career to have had a great skating career, but also to be an influence to hopefully inspire kids or young people, whether it be in the United States or in Korea or in other parts of the world.
Yes, everywhere.
And it's one of those things that I've been lucky to have incredible role models and mentors in my life, and I hope that I can provide sort of a helping hand to young people that might be going through difficult times or asking questions and helping them guide them to a successful life.
What is your future dream?
My future dream? It's difficult. I used to have such concrete goals. Starting from September to August, I had very planned events that I was competing at, doing shows and doing this. And now it gives me an opportunity to explore, to try new things, to be flexible. So who knows what's around the corner? You never know, and I think you have to embrace and be flexible and
full of excitement.
And ride the wave.
Yes.
Ride the wave.
Yes, yes. Wish you the best luck.
Thank you.
For your future. Thank you. This is great interview, and thank you for your precious time. And I wish to see you again.
Yes.
Yes,
I will
someday.
see you.
Yes.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
There's a wall in your heart that no one can get through, and it's cold and it's dark and you don't have.
I came here to do something. I didn't come here to be something.
네.
And so for me, success means that I never lose that kind of sense.
인도네시아에 가면
혜택이 글로벌하다. 시티카드.
프라하에 가면
그대로 멈춰라.
멈추고 싶다.
검증된 탈모 치료제 마이녹실.
약으로 약속하자.
현대약품 마이녹실. 이것은 화장품이다. 피부 전문 더마 화장품이다.
닥터 차트.
더욱 강력해진 V7 비타레이저.
닥터 차트.
왜 연예인들은 점점 더 예뻐지는 걸까? 자연스럽게 아름다워지고 싶을 때
피부 조직 구성 성분으로 안전하고 자연스러운 히알루론산 필러.
나에게 선물하는 내추럴 뷰티 레스틸. 호주에 가면
혜택이 글로벌하다. 시티카드.
인도에 가면
벌써 장마야? 아이 눅눅해.
걱정 마. 눅눅하던 이불들은 뽀송하게 털어주죠. 햇볕에서 말린 것처럼.
삼성 버블샷 투.
그리고 지방 곱고 눅눅함은 제습으로 상쾌하게 한 큐에 날려버려요.
삼성 스마트 에어컨 큐.
우리 집은 뽀송뽀송. 장마 걱정 끝이지?
그럼
삼성이면 문제없죠.
오늘 우리 친구들 학예회 축하해주려고 엄청 유명한 손님이 오셨어요.
소개까지.
우리들의 친구 코코모.
언젠가는 은퇴를 생각해야 하는 당신.
대충 인생 살게. 콕콕 짚어 인생 설계.
콕콕 짚어주는 인생 설계. 대한생명 재무설계 서비스 콕콕 라이프.
아빠가 좋아, 콧구멍이 좋아.
아빠 왔다. 달려가는 속도는 패스트. 택배입니다.
아싸.
날아가는 속도는
워!
빠름 빠름 빠름. LT 워프 올레.
스페인에 가면
혜택이 글로벌하다. 시티카드.
필리핀에 가면
찌질하던 김대리는 썰리고 되면 신입사원 형님 동생 같은 마음 박 팀장님 미소 천사 사과장의 성공 비결 알고 보니 놀부 부대찌개
마음까지 채운다. 놀부.
역시 침대엔 과학이 필요해.
그럼 잠깐 자더라도 푹 자게 하는 게 과학이지.
침대는 가구가 아냐.
침대 과학 에이스 침대.
해봐 굿잠.
김폭주의 무법질주. 준비하시고 쏘세요. 카트라이더 2.0.
하나, 둘, 셋. 와! 날아가는 새들.
옛날엔 많은 아이들이 과학자를 꿈꿨었죠. 그런데 언제부터 아이들이 같은 꿈만 꾸게 된 걸까요? 아이돌도 필요하지만 우리에겐 과학자가 더 많이 있어야 합니다. 그래서 현대모비스가 노벨 프로젝트로 과학의 꿈을 다시 키웁니다. 아이들에게 과학을 돌려주자. 현대모비스.
아무리 잘 고쳐도 불안한 게 주인 마음.
그래서 악사의 AS는 3년. 보험 처리한 데를 3년 책임지는 악사로 오세요.
혁신적인 서비스를 다이렉트 가격으로. 악사 다이렉트.
좋은 기름은 절대 지쳐서는 안 돼. 내가 지치면 자동차도 지치니까. 자, 힘내서 핫둘 하나 둘. 나는 구도인 좋은 기름입니다. 어서 오세요. 이라차차 굿.
마리오와 소닉으로 런던 올림픽에 도전! 돌고 찍고 돌리고 하나 벌떡 있게 하나
올림픽 경기 57종목을 수록 닌텐도 3DS 마리오와 소닉 런던 올림픽 위로도 즐길 수 있습니다.
그녀를 만났습니다. 내 첫사랑의, 남편의, 친구의, 강아지의, 여자친구의, 언니 덕분에 꿈에 그리던 그녀를 만났습니다. 사람과 가까워지는 새로운 방법, 룰 더 스카이.
긴 가뭄으로 아프리카 사헬 지역 어린이들이 고통받고 있습니다. 곡식은 말라버렸고 가축들은 죽어갑니다. 남은 것은 아무것도 없습니다. 당장 생명이 위험한 영양실조 어린이가 100만 명입니다.
후원 문의 080-749-1004.
생후 11개월 된 카디아의 몸무게는 겨우 7kg. 영양실조가 심각한 상태입니다. 유니세프가 지원한 영양실조 치료식이 카디아의 생명을 살렸습니다. 이제 카디아는 건강을 회복하고 있습니다. 꺼져가는 어린이 100만 명의 생명을 구해주십시오. 내일이면 늦습니다. 지금 도와주십시오.
후원 문의 080-749-1004.
지금 유니세프로 전화 주십시오.
HM